Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Can you all hear me okay? Can somebody tell me if you can hear me okay? Or not? As the case may be. Yes, okay. Is the sound okay? Okay, good, because I've had some difficulties here. That's why I was a little late. So, welcome everybody to this week's helping of Harmonize to Energize. I hope you've all been having an enjoyable, reasonably peaceful week. So, for the past 4 weeks, we've covered, including my friend Ale, safety energy locks 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, all the safety energy locks are born within a certain depth. And the first 4 safety energy locks are born within first depth, which is like our umbrella, the form within which we live and have our being. Waltraud calls it the temple of the soul. So when you look at the messages for each of those safety energy locks, starting off with safety energy lock number 1, the prime mover, you get a sense of when the soul is building, incarnating, and growing, it needs certain boundaries and messages to develop. And number 1, safety energy lock, came into the universe meaning the prime mover, connecting the extreme height with the extreme depth. It's also the first safety energy lock which activates the supervisors, which we talked about very broadly in the first few weeks. And these pathways are unmanifest, but they're forming the left and right side of the body. So it's prime. Number 1 is prime. All creation proceeds from unity, Mary says. Then the energy moves from the prime mover, which is bringing energy from the extreme height to the extreme depth, to safety energy lock number 2, which is ascending. And it's all about wisdom. Came to the universe meaning life force for all creatures. We would, as we're incarnating, we would enjoy life force for all creatures to purify us, to rebuild us. Then we move up from safety energy lock 2 to safety energy lock number 3, came into the universe meaning understanding, the door, the defense against problems. And then finally to safety energy lock number 4, measuring intelligence, the window admitting light, knowledge, and air, life, breath. What could be more balanced than those 4 safety energy locks being activated as our spirit, as our soul comes into form? So I'd like to review them so we get a sense of the connection between each one. And in a sense, we begin with the end of the safety energy locks, or the final safety energy lock in first depth, safety energy lock number 4, bringing energy up over the head and down through the 15, through the 1 to the 7, and then as it turns around at the 7, it goes up to safety energy lock 2, number 3, and back to 4. Down the front, up the back. So you could arguably practice these 4 safety energy locks in either order. Either moving the energy down with safety energy lock 1 and then pulling it up by going to safety energy lock number 2, number 3, and then number 4. Or you could pull safety energy lock 4 energies down by going to 1 to begin with, 2, 3, 4. Whichever way you want to look at it, the energy is moving down the front, building, and then up the back, purifying. So let's do that as we normally do with our practice, using the 36 breaths. And let's begin with safety energy lock number 1, which for those of you that have come here for the first time today, it's the inside of the knee. left or right. And if you want to really be productive, you can cross your hands and hold both at the same time. This brings left and right supervisor into play via the mediator and is a more efficient way of moving the energy down and then up. We'll do that, and then we'll move to safety engine lock number 2, here on the hip line here. Safety engine lock number 3, just find the third thoracic vertebrae and pull away, and then safety engine lock 4 on the occiput. So 3 by the third thoracic vertebrae and 4 is the occiput. For those of you that have the books, there are alternative ways of holding the safety energy locks, and you may choose to use the fingers. Safety energy lock 1 can be harmonized by holding the thumb. Number 2, the ring finger. Number 3, the middle finger. And actually number 4, the ring finger again. So make a choice, whichever way you want to go with this. And let us begin. I'm going to simply hold my ones, crossing my hands. I'm going to close my eyes. And I'm just going to relax my shoulders, bow my head slightly, and smile all the way down from the 4s to the 15s to the 1s. And make that connection with safety engine lock number 1. Just make that connection with the energy. Notice what you're feeling. And as you exhale, let that energy move all the way down to the big toe and around underneath the feet, back up the back of your body to safety energy lock number 4 before coming back down from 4 through 15 to 1. And we'll do that 9 times. Here we go. Exhale, dropping the shoulders, sinking down, 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 allowing the shoulders just to move gently down all the way through the 15s to the 1, and then from the 1 to the 7s, from the 7s back up through 15 to 4. 8 more times. And as you reach the 9th exhalation, inhalation, just slip into a neutral space and observe and allow for transformation. First depth, those first 4 safety energy locks are often described, or is often described, as the frequency within which transformation can happen. Well, think about it. It also represents that early part of our life, childhood, when we're more open generally to influence of others, to environment. And that energy, generally speaking, is purer. So transformation has less resistance. So if transformation is something you need to do in your life, I think we all do from time to time, if not always. First step, 1, 2, 3, 4 safety energy locks might be something that you want to play with. And just notice how you're connecting from the 4 through the 15, through the 1 to the big toe, the 7, and how connected you are to the ground. Energy needs to ground. You cannot manifest anything that lasts if the castle is made of sand. It needs to be strong. So now we move to safety energy lock 2. Now here, as we're now aware of 2, you can see the 2 is pretty much opposite the 15, yes? So really what's happening when we're exhaling 4, 15, 1, 7, that movement downwards, and then we return, we go up, and we say up through the 15, we're actually talking about the whole pelvic girdle. And now you know about the 2, it's actually 15 and 2. So choose which way you want to connect with safety energy lock number 2. You can place your hands on your hip bone. You can hold your ring finger, whichever way you want to do it. I'm going to hold my ring finger. When you choose fingers and sides of the body, just connect in just to work out, oh, this feels a little bit more needy than the other side, maybe tender, and work with that. So exhaling, dropping the shoulders, sinking down from the 4 through the 15, 7, and up now, the energy is being pulled up, drawn up to safety energy lock 2. Life force for all creatures. Wow, do we need that? Let's do that 9 times. Here we go. Just allowing that energy, the dirt, dust, and greasy grime that we no longer need, dropping off, transforming into something new, alchemy. And as we build something new on the return journey up to the 2, we're purifying so that we can continue the journey of building, purifying, transforming, becoming, allowing, receiving, being. Don't worry if you finished your 9 before me, our metabolic rates are all unique to us. Pretty much. And so when you reach that 9th exhalation, inhalation, holding safety energy lock 2, life force wisdom for all creatures, or activating it with your fingers, just become the observer, slip into that neutral space to allow transformation to happen. And maybe, just a suggestion, observe now if the channel between safety energy lock 1 on the inside of your knee and safety energy lock number 2 on your hip is clearer. How does it feel now? Because you're using the 2 to bring the energy from the number 1 up the body so it can receive the life force for all creatures. You're moving towards it from the prime mover and being purified with that wisdom. First step safety energy locks, or first step frequency, is really all about nurturing. Our soul wants to feel welcome in our body. It has a connection to all the messages that will allow it to go and grow, or let go and grow. Let go of what it doesn't need anymore and grow into the new. So safety energy lock number 3, we know is third thoracic vertebrae, pull away from the spine, or can be held by the middle finger, can be activated. And this is our third safety energy lock in first depth. And we'll exhale, inhale for 9 breaths, holding safety energy lock 3, whichever way you want to. Here we go. And each exhalation, inhalation, just allowing the energy to circulate down the front, then up the back, cleansing, purifying, expanding, becoming that support system for our soul, nurturing us. So it's very important the thoughts we allow into our consciousness. And number 3 means understanding, the door against problems and discomforts. Well, if we have understanding, we can stand under some of these issues and see it from a broader perspective. Our relationship to the issue becomes more balanced, more harmonized, and therefore the message doesn't allow discomfort and disease because it's a harmonious, uplifting, transformational message. So when you reach the 9th exhalation, inhalation, slip into that neutral space where you are, that 9th depth space. And just allow transformation. And notice what you're feeling and where you're feeling it. Do you feel a connection between safety energy locks 1, 2, and now 2 and 3? Gives you some clues that safety energy locks you may need to play with to release. So the last safety energy lock in first depth frequency, safety energy lock number 4, the window that lets in more light, the occiput area. And again, like safety energy lock number 2, it can be harmonized also by holding the ring finger. So choosing whichever way you want to activate, through the finger or through holding the occiput. Let's begin the last set of 9 breaths. Letting go of all that you do no longer need. Allowing it to be transformed, recycled, purified, in order to return, to build, rebuild. Continuous expansion, purification, expansion, purification. And so slipping into the last exhalation, inhalation of the cycle of 9, in total 36 breaths, ending of a cycle, beginning of a new. So we've gone from safety energy lock 4 through 15, 1, 7, back up through 2, 3, and returning home to 4. It occurs to me that if we forgive, we forget. So when we give more attention to our fours, we allow more light into the brain, into the cerebrum via the occiput, moves all the way down to our heart, allows us to feel a greater space, moving down to the 15s, joy and laughter into the 7s, victory, perfect life power, back up through the 2s, the wisdom, the life force for all creatures, 3, the door, the defense against disease, back to 4. We've forgiven in order to forget. Think about that. It might be something you want to play with. We're allowing more light on a situation, expanding our consciousness and transforming our perception and harmonizing. Whatever it is, we need to harmonize. So, give yourself a hug if you so wish. That is the review of Safety Energy Locks 1 to 4, which make up first depth, which gives the soul its structure and temple in order to live, breathe, and have its being. So if transformation and nurturing is a need of yours right now, either hold any one of those safety energy locks or all 4 of them, 9 breaths at a time maybe, or don't get hedged in with just 9. You can do up to 36 on each safety energy lock. And see what happens. See how you feel. It's what you feel that matters in the end. So congratulations, everyone. Your first depth has been tweaked and hopefully harmonized. For those of you that are still staying on, we might take a quick look at see what upcoming classes there are from the Jin Shin Jyutsu faculty. I'll just turn my screen share on. Yeah. Online classes. Okay. So right now going on is a 5-day basic seminar. I believe this is the very first one online from Jin Shin Jyutsu Inc. with Sarah. And then September the 14th to 20th, Carlos and Wayne are teaching Jin Shin Jyutsu and your astrological identity. All the information is there, who you need to contact. The office are not organizing Wayne and Carlos's classes, so you need to connect with these people. You can always get replays of all the online classes as they happen. Here we have a special topic class, which Sarah did, and the replay is available again. Click on this link. The online webinars, which you may or may not be familiar with, either English or Spanish. We're not having one this weekend. The last one was Ioli with clues for healthy joints. That's something that you would like to explore. The replay is available. Anita Willoughby is next on September the 26th, I believe. At least 14 days plus 12 makes 26. And I believe Anita is going to continue her research into the immune system and looking at how the immune system is compromised and how we can harmonize that. So that'll be coming up on the 26th. The daily meditations, we had a little break from the We Are One, and they don't appear to have the latest ones up here. So hang on in there, they will, and you can register here. And yours truly does his Harmonize to Energize here. Oh, the Zoom study groups. Let's have a look, see what's happening with the Zoom study groups. Instructors for September the 14th to October the 2nd. Here we are, coming up Monday, the attitudes and the influence of the elements, the Jill Pasquinelli. Friday, September the 18th, the sustenance of grace, Safety Energy Lock 14 with Jed Swartz. Monday, September the 21st, Sarah with the eyes. September 23rd, Ian, laughter, wonderful. September the 30th, Susan, the field of consciousness, bustline, waistline. And Friday, October the 2nd, Anita, how to harmonize neck projects, opening the shoulders, hips, and extremities. So there you have it. Thank you again for sharing your time with me, and have a peaceful, harmonious rest of the week. And remember, you have your fingers, you have your safety energy locks, and whenever you feel the need, just introduce their frequency into your energy field through the breath, exhaling, inhaling, and allowing yourself the comfort and the nurturing that we all deserve. So, au revoir. Thank you. Auf Wiedersehen. Cheerio. Bye-bye. Have a good one.